Hello and welcome. I'm going to do a quick test of Swansong for Societia, uh, like for the game mechanics. So we just started up a game, and so we have our settler here. We can settle a city. So once we have a city, we can then add items to the production. So I might add a granary and monument. So when you have more than one thing building, you get a bonus 20% to production. So that's pretty cool. So the other things you can do, you can manage tiles, like what tiles that you want. So every tile has different yields. So you can sort of see that there. We haven't put in the icons for it yet, but you'll be able to get it, and you'll be able to choose which tiles that you want to grab. Uh, so the other thing we need to do is we can spawn a unit. Now spawn units take manpower, and so whenever you build a city, we got 10,000 people and 250 manpower, so we can build like one unit with 200 manpower or one unit with 100 manpower, and we can do that twice. So I might just move this guy out of the way first. Yep, move him over there. So once you have a unit, it's just a blank unit at the moment, but we can change his combat type, and we'll set him up as a melee fighter, so you can see the graphics has changed for him. Draw that bit of a look. So that's our guy there. And if we hover over him, we'll be able to see all the stats and stuff for him that he's got for attacking and all of that jazz. And so what we might do, we might make another one. So spawn a unit. We'll move that guy over here. And so what we'll do, we'll change this combat to that. We'll make this guy an archer, so you can see he's already changed. And last thing that we can do is set up equipment. So we have a lot of different equipment that we can build. So for now, I might just build a little bit of everything, I think. So we don't have that much. And so if you can't build it, it'll say it's not buildable. One and one there. Okay, so that, and then we simply end turn. So one, two, we'll get some equipment going. And now what we can do, if we click on him, we can go to our equipment manager. Then we can assign some of this equipment to our unit. So the way it sort of works is that things like livestock, it's good for like units when they like leave the area. So they have a source of food when they're wandering around, but it also slows them down. If they're close to the city, they automatically get restocked by the city. Hunting weapons, so you can like better at hunting. So you can actually put each of your units on hunting, and it provides food for the city if you prefer to do that rather than running out and searching. And of course spears and slings. Well, it's an archer unit, so you probably want to have lots of slings. So we only got 3 slings and there's 100 guys, so it's not really good. We need to fix the rate at which these are made. But essentially you have a unit with a whole bunch of items or equipment and items, and they can, when they have those things equipped, they can do it better. So he's going to be better at shooting, better at hunting, and all the rest. Okay, so then other things, when we made our city, we have we essentially have like a territory which is designated by this, and as the city grows it will make this territory bigger. When we in turn, we got like more population, and so we got more manpower from that as well. For these guys, you can actually increase the manpower so they get stronger when they're inside the city. So we can't increase it anymore because we've only got like 40 left. You need 100 to do that, and also you can't do that unless unless they have, unless they're actually inside the territory. So let's go over here. We can't increase the manpower because he's not in here, and we also don't have enough. So yeah, so essentially that's the start. Eventually, when we get going, we'll get some of these AI players to build units and send them back, and then have to figure out how all this combat is going to work. So obviously we have elevation, so fighting up a hill's going to be not good, whereas if you're fighting down a hill you get certain advantages. So there's going to be lots of things like, so worker units. If I just go through and build a spawning unit and then turn him into a worker. And so he'll be able to eventually be able to build roads and whatnot, so keep up the supply to these guys. There'll be a supply chain line to all the units, so as this guy moves out, his supply chain is going to get longer and longer. So in order to beat like really big armies, you can sort of sneak behind them and cut off their supply line. But that's really dependent on, how much like livestock they've got. So this guy's got a little bit of livestock and stuff, so he can eat that, and he can go hunting and whatnot. So he might be a little bit better off, like when you do cut off his supply. The other things you can do, like for small armies and stuff, you'll be able to like do raids on armies. So you'll be able to raid them and take their supply, like steal the livestock, that sort of thing. So like when you have a really big army coming in, you can sort of cut it off, stop its supply area or steal it, and then they're in big trouble because they're like in the middle of the a fair way away from their supply point, and then they might run into a bit of trouble. But anyway, so that's sort of like the combat side of things. There's also so the main thrust of the game is like you build up cities, and you might settle another city over here or wherever, and another one, etc., etc. Then what happens is your science and that sort of thing starts to hurt because you're sort of stuck. You can only sort of go science so far. You've developed all the basic stuff that you can possibly develop, and your society can't progress any further. At which point you would grab, you get your Societia points, and for those ones you then can cause a revolution, and then from a revolution you can have you can then create a new society. So whatever it is that's sort of blocking your society, so in this case fairly early on it's going to be things like slavery and like dictatorships and all those sorts of things that are going to be slowing down your economy. So you have revolutions, you free yourself from that, and then you can grow a little bit more again, and then you have same problem come up but just be slightly different. And you can regress, you can go backwards, you can go forwards, so you can go back to you can free yourself from slavery, and you go back to slavery. You can go from dictatorships to republic to democracies to back to dictatorships. So it's generally meant to be a bit of a train wreck moving forward, where things just sort of continuously go wrong, and you get to a certain point, and you start stagnating. Like you stop growing, you stop producing stuff, you stop getting science. Everything sort of just starts lagging until you have some sort of societal upheaval that fixes those sorts of things. So hopefully that gives you a good overview of what the game is. And yeah, I think I might leave it there.